Coach Rodney here with Mac Fitness, and today we are going to work a full body routine. We're going to work upper body, lower body, push, pull. We're also going to work our posterior and full leg, our full legs of anterior as well, those quads. So I want us to get started on our warm up, and we're going to focus in, if you're having knee pain, we're going to focus in on how to improve that knee pain, all right? So I've got my slant boards here, but you're more than welcome to go against the wall and use that as support as well. I'm going to place my foot down here on the floor, the rest of my foot on that slant board, and I'm going to drop towards the floor. Now the goal is to have those hips drop to your heels so those knees come over your toes. Now, depending on how painful this is in that drop, your drop may be here about 25%. You may be able to drop maybe closer to 75, 80%. But either way, you want to make sure that that butt is going straight down and not hinging back, shifting that weight back, all right? I'm just going to get anywhere from 10 to 15 of these in. Again, it all depends on your pain tolerance on those knees. You want to go just before you get knee pain, all right? Just before that. We're not trying to cause pain, we're trying to build muscle, all right? I'm gonna get 2 more. Last one, and I'm there, perfect. And then finally, I'm gonna get here on the floor and we're gonna do our kneel to stand, all right? I like to start down on the floor. Your choice, you can bring that foot up. You want to get that underneath you, drive and stand up. Take that same knee, go back to both knees on the floor. Now, if you want to continue the process of strengthening those knees, when you bring that foot up, just simply lift that heel up and stand up with the ball of your foot instead of having that entire foot driving into the ground, all right? We're gonna get 5 more. I'm gonna speed this up just for the sake of time. How this leg comes up is your choice. You can bring it forward, you can bring it out, doesn't matter. Again, if you wanna work that knee more, lift with the ball of your foot, with that heel elevated off of the ground. Perfect. All right, did 5 off of each side. Let's get into our routine. We're going to start off with our incline press. Now, I'm going to go with 40s, but I want you to grab the incline press. I want you to grab weight that you can do 6 to 8. If you don't have heavy enough weight to do 6 to 8, we're just simply going to slow our tempo down, keeping those muscles under tension a little bit longer. Perfect. All right, now we're going to go to the RDLs. I'm going to use these same weights here, okay? With these dumbbells, I like using dumbbells just because I don't have to have this weight in front, which places a lot of pressure on my lower back. I can have these to the side, which helps me use my entire back. I can lock those lats in, still hinge at the hip, and back up again. And 8, nice job. Perfect. I'm gonna set this down, swing this bench around so you can see. We're gonna go with our supported row. We're going to be having our chest to this bench. I'm going to use those same 40s. You may not be able to use the same weight on all of these, and that's okay. I just like to use as little transition time as possible so I can get as much lift time as possible in my routines. So you're going to lie here at the bench. Make sure your chin and neck is not down here being choked out. We want to make sure we're high enough. Your choice, you can have those legs bent or straight. The key to a good lat pull though is not to start with those hands out and underneath those shoulders. You want those weights underneath those lats, so you're going to depress those shoulders, keep those hands under those lats, pull straight up and back down. This way those lats stay under tension throughout the entire set. Perfect. And finally, we're going to go to our pause squats. I'm just going to take one of these 40s and we're going to do pause squats at the bottom. Your choice on how long you pause, okay? We're going to squat, 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm going to take about a minute and a half worth of rest, and we'll go through that rotation again. Now the warm-up is done, so we don't need to go back into the elevated squats or the kneel to stand. We're simply going to work on our 4. Incline press, RDLs, row, and then those pause squats. Again, I want you anywhere between 6 to 8 reps off of this. And again, if you don't have heavy enough weight to make that 6 to 8 really feel heavy, just slow your tempo down. So if you're in the incline press, you should be taking 3 to 4 seconds to drop and then press, okay? On your row as well, if that's struggling, you should pull and then slow release 3 to 4 seconds and then back up again. Time under tension is not equal to lifting really heavy, but it's about as close as you can get if you're struggling to have a ton of weight available to you to lift, all right? So I'm gonna turn this around, give you some pointers on this one, making sure our arm placement is where we want it to be. The biggest key to lifting and targeting the muscle that you want to target is that you want to have your hand or the weight where you want the muscle to work. I'll give you an example. In this incline press, if you turn your elbow out and have this weight closer to your shoulder, that's what you're going to feel more. But if you can somehow rotate that elbow to a 45 degree, so when that weight drops, it's dropping closer to your chest, you're going to get a better, you're going to get more work within your chest and your triceps than you are your shoulder. So just keep that in mind. Same thing with your RDLs, same thing with your row. Here we go. Let's get these lat sets in. 45 degree angle. I want you going through a full range of motion. I'm gonna get one more because I lost count. All right, now we're gonna go with those RDLs. You should be more concerned with pushing your butt back behind you than how low you can get to the ground. I want us to focus in on those hamstrings. All right, we're gonna work towards our row again. I'm gonna give you that side view so you can really see and understand what I mean when we have that weight placement, okay? All right, so We're chest to the bench again. And again, instead of having your hand start and pull diagonal, when you do that, you're using more shoulder and upper trap, where I want you to get more of that mid to low trap and keep the shoulder out of it. Arms are back, hands underneath those lats. Even if I was just to hold this weight here, you should feel those lats turned on. Perfect. All right, now we're going to finish up with those pause squats. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're externally rotating those hips. We want to make sure those feet aren't caving in. We want to turn on those glutes. I always like to make sure I keep that weight high and tight. We've got 2 more. Perfect. All right, now, we went through 2 sets of that, but by all means, if you want to continue the process and get anywhere from 3 to 5 sets in, outstanding, all right? Use this as a template for all 4 of those exercises and play around with it to make it tougher. Use more weight, slower tempo when you're lifting. Or you can just have less rest in between sets. All different kind of things that you can do. You can start off with your 3 sets and try to work to 5 sets. Your choice, all right? But make sure we're using good technique and we're using the proper weight for our ability level, progressively work from there, all right? I appreciate you joining me today. I'm Coach Rodney with Mac Fitness. Until next time.